Hello, everyone. This is Faith with a Story of Sacred Stars here with your Own Your Story reading for the week. I hope all of you are having a good day. Oh, guys, we are experiencing some big energy. 2019 is kind of, I don't know. Does anyone else feel like they're kind of being held hostage by 2019? Especially just big emotions going into the holidays here in the Northern Hemisphere. We're going into, I don't know, one of the statistics say one of the most stressful times of the year, one of the most triggering times of the year for people who have experienced abuse, for people who suffer from depression. Yeah, not easy. Not an easy time at all. I just hope that all of you are taking care of yourselves, making time for self-care, making time to kind of strategize before you go into a holiday, before you surround yourself with situations that might be triggering, to kind of make a game plan and set boundaries. I know it's not easy, but it's necessary for your protection. Today I'm using the Lightseers Tarot. This is the Hay House edition. I have not edged mine yet. I know there were complaints about this deck because the cards were uneven. In fact, Hay House even offered to replace them. And I'm like, first of all, don't want to waste this deck, but also I kind of like that it's uneven. I kind of like that. It feels really kind of crunchy when I shuffle. I know that sounds really weird, but that's how I feel anyway. I do have some sinus stuff going on today, so I apologize if I sniff or sound gross. Let's go ahead and get started. Also, if you hear my cat, or cats, depending on if both of them are awake. I have 3 cats, but one of them will not bother me at all. She is probably asleep, but the other 2 can be very sad. We can't let them in because we have a pepper plant here, and they like to dig in it. So they also like to play with my rocks and stones and stuff. Hi, you're gonna be okay. Very sad. I might let them in, but I feel like that'll just cause more chaos. I won't be able to focus. Okay. First up, where in our story have external forces drained us of our power? Leading up to this week. Whew. There we go. There we go. 2 of Swords energy here. Oh gosh. This speaks to me of 2 warring sides. Especially internal conflict. I don't know about you, but I always see the swords as very much like the way my brain operates, and sometimes fear and paranoia or all of these unhelpful thoughts arise in my brain. And this is what 2 of Swords speaks to me of, just these 2 conflicting ideas at war with each other in our mind, and almost kind of having to find our way through whatever it is we're dealing with. And we feel blind. Oftentimes we feel like something is obscuring our vision. Yeah. So, anxiety, deep-seated fears about acceptance. Our brain likes to teach us, well, our brain is ultimately trying to help us, but our brain sometimes, due to its conditioning, will sabotage us for our protection. Like, no, don't do that. It's unsafe. So ultimately, you might be feeling just exhausted mentally. Like you have just been in this conflict for so long. Your brain has been ultimately trying to help you, but it is not fully helpful right now. So I think that's where we've lost a lot of our energy and lost a lot of our power. Also, can we talk about how pretty this card is? It's very expressive. I feel like it really, really captures how you feel when you're in that situation. So, moving on from that for this week, how can we reclaim our power and own our story? How can we move on from the conflict in our brain, from the ultimately our brain's trying to help us but also sabotaging us? How can we move on from that? Oh, guys. Oh, it's the Fool. Oh, it's so perfect. It's so perfect. I love when this happens. Ah, sorry, I get really excited. Oh, the Fool. Gorgeous. Leap of faith. Going for it even though it might hurt. Going for it even if you might lose. It's really leaning into spirit and soul and saying, thank you, brain. I appreciate your concern, but I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. Oh God, I love that. Just so fantastic. I mean, what do you have to lose, right? Ultimately, it'll be worth it in the long run for your soul, for your spiritual journey. This is all about just recognizing our brain's chemistry, recognizing the anxiety, recognizing the depression and all the things that get in our way, and just saying, thank you, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for what I want. I'm going to set boundaries. I'm going to spend time with the people I want to spend time with this holiday season. I'm going to pursue my dreams. I'm going to be upfront and honest about who I am. It might hurt, but fuck that. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to be authentic, and I'm going to take a leap off that cliff edge and trust that the cosmos, the universe, higher power, higher self will catch you if you fall. That is just gorgeous. I love that. Finally, what lessons can we learn from this week on our healing journey? What can we take away from this week, ultimately, for our future? Oh, damn. What a gorgeous reading. Okay. I love the Four of Swords. There's this sense of, I don't know how to say this. It's a little like finding refuge, finding rest despite the storm, despite the danger. It's like, ultimately there are people and situations and circumstances beyond your control who ultimately may try to sabotage you, but you do not have to go to war with them. In fact, you can rest, you can heal your heart, you can heal the parts of yourself that have tried to be better and have consistently, the parts of you that constantly fail to live up to other people's expectations. And you know what? That's their fault, not yours. That's on them, not you. And ultimately, moments that we've failed, they had a lesson for us, right? All of this here is just about restoration, healing that heart, healing the parts of you that you wouldn't let shine before. It's a little like making amends to yourself for the times that you didn't follow your dream, for the times where you didn't give in to soul and spirit and jump and take a leap of faith. And I love that. So it's like you acknowledge that there are situations in your life that are difficult, but you are not giving in to conflict. You are not giving in to despair or frustration. You are taking peace in the storm. You are finding that moment and that time where you can sit down and you can tell yourself, I've got this. I have got this. I am whole unto myself. No one and nothing can take that away from me. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Yeah, a lot of big energy here. Again, I think that's just going into the holiday season. It's really, really, really challenging. And I really hope, guys, that you are taking care of yourself. Honestly, what's the worst that can happen? You say no and people are upset, or you say, I can't do this thing, and maybe activities and things or the work gets pushed back a little bit. You know what? honestly, at the end of the day, you have to go for what you want, and you have to take care of yourself and love yourself, because honestly, you are your number one companion on this journey. You. Like, I have a husband and I love him very much and he is very supportive, but honestly, he's the second person with me on my journey. I ultimately am the first person on my spiritual journey with me, you know? And same for him. Yeah, you've got to support yourself, guys. You know, even when no one else, even when it feels like no one else is, or when it feels like everything is out to get you. It's not. It's not. In fact, I think things are laying themselves out perfectly for you to take that leap of faith. Okay, you guys. Have a lovely day and a good week. Take care.